Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the $10,000 Options Lab. Uh, Not a lot of excitement this week. I was doing pretty good early on. You can see last week when I did the video, I'm up $40. I did add $250 to the account this week, so technically I'm down about 210. Started out as a pretty good week. You can see the positions I have here. Uh, and what I did was, here's my activity for the week. What was this? March 16th. So I opened, uh, let's start over here. Okay, these are just selling options. I sold SoFi. Actually, this is what I rolled this over from this one. I rolled it on the 13th, which would have been uh, last Friday. I rolled it to this week. Um, so I received $11 credit, but I think my math's right. If you look at it, I rolled this one from 41 to 42. I got $11 credit. So I have that one. That's all I did this week. I haven't closed it yet. That $17 one that I rolled was actually, it was $18. That was actually this one here. I rolled this one down to 16.50. It was obviously going to expire in the money, so I rolled it. Um, I have $38 in profits, uh, only because I'm looking at um, right here, uh, $29 profit on this one and $9 profit on this one. Um, and that $9 because there's $2 in fees. I added fees in today. I did that to the formula here. And if you look at the credit spreads, this week on the credit spreads, I entered uh, starting on the 16th. I didn't enter any. Oh, that's not right either because I did enter credit spreads this week. I'm just not sure why they're not showing up. Actually, no, I didn't do any credit spreads this week. I did close this credit spread this week for a $56 profit. This was an XSP credit spread. I closed that one for a $56 profit on yesterday, or that would be Wednesday. Iron condors, I've been trading a lot of those lately. Uh, well, more of them than I had been. I did four this week. Uh, been trading dailies. This one here, I made $20. Let me go back to, yeah, this would have been the first one. Made $20 on this one, made 20 on this one, and this one here kind of bit me. Uh, and actually, Wednesday I tried to enter one, tried to get in one Wednesday that would expire on Thursday. That would have netted me about $95. It was for three contracts. It would have netted me about 95, but my order didn't get filled. I guess I waited too long. I entered the order at about probably 25 minutes before the market closed, and it didn't get filled. Um, I tried bumping my limit price down a little bit, and still couldn't get filled. That would have worked out, so I would have made 90 there. And I entered this one yesterday. 651 was my short um, limit, and I started getting close to that, and it dropped below. It actually dropped down to just above 650, and I decided to get out of it. I would have lost about $90 getting out of this trade. I had three contracts. I didn't notice. I only got out of one contract. About a half hour later, I noticed I still had two more, and at that point, it was way down. So I got out of those. Um, if I would have got out of all three when I wanted to, actually, I think it would have been about a $70 loss. So I only got out of one of these. The other two, and you see, I even entered that I got out of all three, which I didn't. Um, I didn't notice it till the very last minute, and it expired below the 651. So I don't know what's going to happen with those other two. It's not showing up yet in my P&L, and if you look at my history, it's not showing up in there either. It just disappeared from here. So my understanding is they'll just take that loss out of my account. I don't know if they do that like at midnight tonight or when it happens, but I'm expecting to see that money taken out of the account. Um, Maybe it already was because I didn't pay attention to what my P&L was before the market closed, so maybe they already did it. I'm not real sure. So that's the option side of things for this week. Not a good week. I believe we are looking at a 10% correction. Um, just looking at the chart without doing the math, we're at about probably 6 or 7, probably 7, maybe even 8% now. I think since we're that close, we're going to hit at least 10%. And you know, politics and war is going to dictate where we go from there, whether we keep going down or not. But I'm thinking we're going to see at least a 10% correction. Uh, Based on my charts, a 10% correction on, let me see, I don't want to slide this over because this has my account information on this other one, but SPY 10% correction would be 628.06, and we're currently at 650. So we don't have a whole lot more to go to get that 10% correction. 20% correction would be 558. Whether we get there or not, I don't know, but I do believe we're going to hit the 10%. On Q's, 10% correction would be 573, and we're currently at 583. So that's very likely that we're going to hit that one. So that's what I'm looking at for that. As far as futures go, it was a kind of a dull week. Uh, if you look here, these are my PA balances. I made 107. The PA balance for Apex is it's your real money account, your actual accounts. This one I didn't trade. This one I only traded one day. I made 107. This one I traded every day but Wednesday. I actually had it set to trade Wednesday, but it didn't make any entries. It wasn't triggered, so I lost 142 this week in that one. This one I made 636, and I actually messed this one up. I had my trade copier set. Apex has a trade copier. I had the trade copier set to trade. These actually both traded uh, the same exact bot, but I had this one set to trade 3 times the amount. And the reason that I did that was because the previous day I traded this on something that traded, let's say NQ, mini. So what I do is I convert it to the micro and I trade 3 of them. So it's basically 1/3 of what the mini would be. Well, I turned off the function to switch it from mini to micro, but I left the 3 times on there. So it traded 3 minis instead of 1 mini. Luckily, it worked out for me, so I made $480 in that. Um, so that's all I did this week. And if you look at uh, my bots for this week, these are all the sim accounts. They all actually made money today, and I'll go ahead and add those up right now. Um, Copy. Oops. Paste. I'm trying to go too fast. Copy. Paste. 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 And paste. So if I go through and I look at my balances now, this one is 51,050.00. Made 686 in that one today. This one here was brutal today. 34,128.80. Lost 3,000 in that one. These are sim accounts. These don't count, but I run them so I have all my data. These are just practice accounts. 49,312.95. Made $26 in that one. Uh, Same thing with MNQ. Actually, that I did that. Did I do that backwards? No, I didn't. Okay, MNQ 55,909.00. I don't know what's going on right now, but the market looks like it just shot up for some reason. It's up quite a bit. Uh, okay, the Sprint 53,501.99. The Orb, Ninzarenko Orb 53,246.67. And the engulfing 53,921.21. So there's my results for the week. This one's down 1,400. This one's down 3,000. Down 40. Down 475. Down 100. Down 740 and up 1,000. That's why I didn't trade my my good accounts this week. When I say good accounts, I have 4 actual accounts. 2 are pretty close to getting payouts. I've been getting payouts from them. The other 2 are still kind of low. I'm still trying to build those up, so I am trading those, but I'm doing it pretty conservatively. But you can see the last week wasn't very good. This week wasn't very good. So I'm just kind of being very conservative till I start seeing these turn around. If you go back and look up here, you can see I had some pretty good results this week. That week was good. This week was good. That was a bad week. This was a so-so week here. But you have to be selective on which ones you trade. I try not to. I only trade the ones that have good results for that particular day. So what I do is I go through and I look and say, okay, Fridays this one. Let's just say Fridays this one does good, and Thursdays this one does good, and maybe Mondays this one does good too. Uh, but NinjaTrader gives you the daily breakdown. If you use the Predator that I'm using, it'll give you a daily breakdown of. Actually, NinjaTrader does it itself. Tell you how much you may make or lose on each day. So I go through and I use all that statistical data, and I figure out which ones work on what days. So I just uh, play the statistics, and I play it conservatively. I'm not trying to hit home runs. I'm just trying to, once you get to the over 52,000, you only need $600 for a payout, and you have to trade 8 days, so you really only need $75 a day. So there's no point in trying to make 300 a day. You can do that, and it's nice if you can do it, but if you have a couple losing days in a row, it really hurts your account. So once I get to 52,000, I cut back to where I'm only making maybe 100 to 150 a day. That way, if I have a couple losing days in that 8 days, I'm still okay. But I think the rules are you have to have, I think, 5 days at least $50 profit. So if you make 150 on 5 days, that's 750. And if you lose, a couple hundred during the week on 2 other days, you're still plus maybe 400 for the week, and then you only need 200 more the following week to be able to get a payout. So that's what I mean by trading conservatively. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. Please like, subscribe, share. We'll go from there, and I plan on getting this back up here sometime soon. I think we're gonna hit that 10%. So I entered these iron condors for next week for Monday. If this works out, I'll make, I don't know, $70. I think my entry on them is 26, so that's $78 profit. On the flip side, it's $222 lost if it doesn't work. But we'll see how it goes. Uh, If it's looking really ugly, if we have a huge gap down or a huge gap up, I'll probably exit them early. But we'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching, and leave any comments if you want to hear something, want me to answer anything, whatever. Try to be as transparent as possible. Obviously, I'm not out here showing you only wins because trust me, there's enough of the red days that I've been showing them. I wouldn't have any videos if I didn't show the losing days. I'm still confident in my process. Just the circumstances right now that we're in is making it tough. If you can make money in this market, yeah, you can make money about any market. So anyway, thanks for watching and see you guys next week. Bye.